Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching the live stream of SalonBridge, and this is our last one for the year before we go into the new year, and we will be releasing the schedule for these webinars soon. So we'll continue to do them on a bi-weekly basis. The purpose of today's webinar is a little bit special because we've done in the past the Black Friday special. We've done a webinar showing some of the basics of how to use the actual product. So what we thought would be a really nice webinar topic for today was to touch on 5 key points that we have noticed from some of the really successful salons and spas, and how you can use what they do and apply it to your own salon or spa. So the main topic for today is how to be successful, how to help your salon or spa grow in 2020. It is 2020, it's difficult to believe, but we are actually there. So we're going to show you how you can help grow, and by doing so, using SalonBridge to sort of channel that and help you get more customers and more sales throughout the year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my screen where I'm logged in into SalonBridge, and the first tip or topic, I don't know what you want to call it or refer to it as, but the first point that you need to absolutely do in 2020, and I'm putting a big bold italic 2020 there, because if you are not accepting online bookings and not selling gift cards online, you are falling behind. There is absolutely no excuse. There are so many tools that are at your disposal for free, which let you promote your salon or spa and allow you to sell your products online, to sell gift cards online, and to get bookings 24/7 while you sleep, and to allow customers to pay for their treatment upfront or to pay for their gift card upfront. It's money in your pocket, which is an absolute no-brainer. So what you're able to do inside SalonBridge is, underneath My Business, go to Integrations, and from integrations, you're able to enable PayFast. And PayFast is one of the payment gateways that we integrate into, which allow you to accept online credit card payments. And this is specifically designed to let customers pay for their bookings up front, whether you charge a deposit or to buy their gift cards up front as well. So once you enable that and you go to your online booking section, and this is where you see your booking link. I'm just going to reopen that again. You can see your booking link here, and this is a URL that you can share with your customers. Your customers don't have to download anything. They don't have to search for anything. They can if they want to, but this is the link that you can share with your customers through your social media channels. You can create a Book Now button on Facebook. We show you how to do that just on this little Facebook tab. You can share it on Instagram, or you can embed it in your own website. If you are going to use this link, you can customize it. You can change your background color, your heading color, your text color, and you can even change how much in advance you want your customers to book. And you can choose whether you want to allow online gift card purchases here. And this is one of those options that become available to you once you enable PayFast as a payment mechanism. So you'll see that if I open my online bookings page, this is what it looks like. It's got the logo that comes from your business info inside SalonBridge. It's got the colors that I've chosen, a map to where we are, the About Us section, and then when a customer clicks on Book Now, they can book this treatment, and they can choose a stylist, and they can find an available day and time. Super simple, super easy, and a way for your customers to book 24/7. The top objection that we get is that you don't want your customers to bookings to conflict, or you're not sure whether you want to allow customers to book or what's going to happen. This is why we allow you to specify that your customers can only book 2 days in advance. They can't book for 5 minutes time, in other words. And in addition to that, we allow you to actually set up different online booking hours to what your in-house bookings are. So if you are open from Monday or Tuesday to Saturday, but you only want your customers to be able to book online from Monday to Friday, you have the ability to do that. So it's super flexible. It's designed with you in mind so that you have complete control of that. And when an online booking takes place, you get sent a notification. It appears in your calendar automatically, and the customer gets sent a confirmation automatically. That's free bookings right there. And we have certain customers that have more online bookings than in-house bookings. And those are the type of salons that are getting bookings after hours, when they are spending time with their family, they're out enjoying life, and a customer will come onto their Facebook page, look at what services they have available, look at what they can buy gift card wise, and they'll buy it or they'll book for 2 days time, 3 days time, 4 days time. And that's a booking that you would have otherwise missed because you're not sitting there by the phone waiting for that customer to phone. It really is, it's a fantastic tool to grow your business. And once those customers are familiar with that online booking process, you'll find them coming back for future appointments. They'll make use of that online booking process, which saves you time in the long run, because then they're not going to send you a WhatsApp at 11 o'clock at night or a message saying, hey, can you see me tomorrow at 8 o'clock? Their instinct will then be to go to your online bookings page, see when you have availability, and put themselves in there. It's an absolute must for 2020. And if you're not doing it, you're falling behind, and your competitors are doing it. That I absolutely guarantee. So that is how you enable the online bookings. And because we've enabled PayFast, you can require a secure deposit. And this section over here details how it works. It's super straightforward. You say enable. You can choose how much you want to charge your customers during that booking process, anything from 10% to 100%. And you can even, if I click on save and I go ahead and refresh my online bookings page, you'll see that it actually happens automatically. You don't have to do anything else. Now, when a customer clicks on book now, I can choose to book a particular special. I can choose a stylist, and I can go through the process of choosing a day and time, obviously, agreeing with the terms and conditions, and then because I've set up my online bookings to make a 50% deposit, I now have to go through the payment process via PayFast. And when that happens, you get sent a payment receipt, your customer gets sent a payment receipt, and the booking happens automatically. Money for nothing, really and truly. The last configuration that you can do here is to allow online gift card purchases. So you are able to still sell gift cards through the gift card section, where you can actually just create a new gift card and you can choose a template. If we enable your customers to buy this online, I just enable that and I say save. With online gift card purchases, your customers don't have the option of paying a deposit for the gift card. They're required to pay the full amount upfront, and that's pretty standard with your gift card purchases. It's like buying retail online. You wouldn't charge 50%, you would charge the 100%. So now that I've enabled that, I'm going to go refresh my online bookings page, and now you'll see I have two options, so book now and buy gift voucher. And if a customer were to click on buy gift voucher, they can choose how much they want to buy. They can also choose different occasions. So they can choose, let's say it's Christmas around the corner. They want to choose a nice Christmas gift card. They can choose that template and go through the process of putting in their details and typing in a message to whoever they want to give it to. And once they've done that, they then get directed to PayFast to actually make that payment. So a really easy way to sell gift cards 24/7 without ever having to actually confirm with your customers, having to print it out yourselves. When the customer completes this process, they get sent a notification of where they can actually download that gift card. So that gift card, once they've made payment, gets sent to them automatically. It will appear in SalonBridge under your list of gift cards, so you can keep track of it here. And the payment that they've made will appear on their account instantly. So there's no need to now go and recapture a payment. It happens completely in the background. When your customer books with you and they bring that voucher into use, you can use it as a payment method and the amount gets deducted from that gift voucher. Super straightforward, super easy, and it ties into the online voucher section. We see it during this time of the year, and going back a month from Black Friday, so many of the top salons and spas were promoting online gift card sales, online bookings for specials, and all they did was include a link to that online bookings, which can be found over here. This link is specific to you. So they share that link. When a customer taps on it inside Facebook, it opens up automatically and they are able to buy that gift voucher or sell online. So really, really easy. The second tip or step that you should be doing more of, if you're not doing a ton of it already, is selling retail. Retail is the golden goose of salons and spas. If a customer walks into your salon or spa, they are there in order to look special and to feel amazing. And what's going to happen when that customer goes home is they're going to try and recreate that. Whether you do nails or you do hair or you do makeup, they are going to want to recreate that look in a week's time or 2 weeks' time. And the reality is that they're not going to do that. They're not going to be able to get their hair looking as good as what it was when they left your salon or spa. So when a customer is in your chair or in front of you and they're asking for tips and advice, make recommendations on how they can match this look at home, but then also recommend products that they can use to help them get that look. Because what they're going to do is they're going to buy that product from you. Retail products are marked up exceptionally high, which is a great profit margin for you. And what you're going to find is that customer is going to want to buy that retail product again when they've run out of it. So guess what? They're going to come to your store. They are going to want to buy that product again. And while they're there, you can upsell them on something else, or they might want to get their nails done or their hair done while they're coming there anyway, because they need to get that refill. So it's a great way to drive that repeat business. And later on, when in step 5, I'll show you how you can report on which of your customers are actually coming back and how you can gauge that. So sell retail, you'll see that in the reports section, you're able to actually track your retail sales. If I do a retail report and you want to do a stock level report or a sales by client or sales by category, you can actually do it for a specific duration, and you can see which of your products or which of your categories are actually doing really, really well. And this will help you to promote certain other products. Maybe you can see that the product that you thought would do really well actually isn't doing that well, and you need to kind of make adjustments. And that's okay. That's the purpose of doing reporting. It's to learn. It's to learn and make adjustments as you go. So you should use the opportunity as the year opens to, maybe promote certain retail products and gauge what does well and what doesn't. And you'll see an increase in your customer retention. You'll see that those customers start to come back to buy that product again, or they'll say, look, it worked, it didn't work so well, maybe you should try something else. It's really, really, really one of the top keys to get your customers coming back and to do well at your salon or spa. The third tip that I would strongly recommend, I wouldn't even recommend it, you have to do it. It is to track your staff commission and set targets. So without targets, your staff don't know what they should be doing. You don't know whether they're performing well or badly, and it doesn't give you the opportunity to improve on the performance and of the salon itself. So one thing to remember when doing targets is that a target is useless unless you know what you're currently doing and where you're wanting to get. So in other words, if your salon is currently doing 50,000 Rand a month in sales and you want to get to 100,000, you have to grow every month by that much, which means that you need to see what your staff are currently doing. And across the board, you need to set their targets slightly higher so that as a collective whole, you reach that new target. So one of the things that you can do from the reports is to do a sales and revenue report. You can do it by staff, so you can see an overview of what each staff member is doing on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis. And from this, you can see this one staff member. Let's have a look at their totals, including that. 8652, the staff member did 660. The staff member did 11367. So you can see what staff member is doing what, and from here you can set targets that are fair. So the idea isn't to double everybody's turnover, because that might not be possible, but you need to understand what they're doing on a daily basis, how busy they actually are, and set targets that they can stick to. When a staff member logs into SalonBridge, they're able to access the sales and revenue report for themselves, which means that they can track how they are doing throughout the month. They cannot see what their fellow staff members are doing. They cannot see what the salon as a whole is doing, but they can track for themselves how close they are to reaching those targets. And you can match your commission structures around your targets. We have a really great tiered commission model that allows you to reward your staff members that are doing really well slightly more than the staff that aren't performing. So you can set a tiered structure of between 0 to 10,000 to be at 5% commission, but between 10,000 to 20,000 to be at 15%, for example. And that incentivizes your staff to sell more, especially on the retail, point 2, but also on the services, to try and upsell your customers to do more. Maybe when they're coming in for a manicure, promote the pedicure, promote that extra gel application. It's up to you how you want to do this, but you need to start tracking what each staff member is doing and what they could be doing, and more importantly, set those targets as a business, but then also on a per staff member basis so that you can reach that target at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, at the end of the year. So take stock of where you are right now, run your numbers, see where you are. It might not be a number that you like or a number that you want to be at, but it's the real number. So if your numbers right now are slightly lower than what you would have maybe liked, that's okay. At least you know where you are, and you need to know then from that where you want to be. And once you have those 2 points, you can calculate how to get there over time or over the next year, but you can basically take small steps and start tracking to see how you can get to that target. So the fourth step that you need to be doing in 2020 is to run SMS campaigns. And I'm not promoting this so that you can do this through SalonBridge. I think that this point around SMS campaigns ties in more closely to marketing. You need to be marketing your salon, and that can be through Facebook, that can be through Instagram, that can be through Twitter. The golden rule of marketing is you need to be marketing where your clients are. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to use Pinterest, if you don't know how to use Instagram, Twitter, you think it's a stupid platform, you think Facebook is spying on your data. If that is where your customers are, that is where you need to be advertising your business, because that is where they are going 4 or 5 times a day and where they are browsing through and seeing the advertisements of your competitors. So you need to find out what platforms your customers use, and you can use social media marketing tools to track your typical customer base. If you know that your customer base are women between the ages of 20 to 35 who live in a specific area, you can run targeted ad campaigns specifically to them so that they can see your ads first and they can click on that online bookings link, make an online booking, buy a gift card, and they can become your customer moving forward. So one of the tools that we allow you to do under the My Business section is the marketing section, which allows you to send out SMS campaigns. This allows you to send out a targeted SMS message at a specific date and time, promoting a service, a special, promoting a specific holiday that maybe you're offering a discount or a deal on. And SalonBridge sends this out for you to your customer base. You're able to send this to your entire customer base, but you can also send it to a subset of your customers, meaning if you want to send it to your top spending customers or the customers that visit your salon or spa the most, you're able to do that through what we call client tags. And I encourage you to have a look at our knowledge base under what client tags are. It's basically a way for you to group your customers into segments such as VIP, pensioners, students, top spender, etc. And from that, you can then create an SMS campaign that goes out on a specific date and time, and also allows you to target a specific subset of their customers or all of them at once. And coupled with that, it sort of runs into our fifth step as well, but I'll touch on that now. And when you start to run promotions, whether it be through Facebook, Instagram, or through normal SMS campaigns, it's important to track what the results of those are. Because if you don't know what you're doing leading up to the point that you're running a campaign, and you don't know what you're doing post doing that campaign or that marketing drive, you don't know whether what you've actually spent money on is actually working. So in any marketing campaign, you need to see a return. If you're going to spend 250, 500 Rand on a advertising campaign, you need to see at least 500 to 1,000 Rand coming in just to cover your costs for that marketing campaign at the time that you spend setting that up. So you need to see how many appointments or retail sales you do typically during a specific time of the month on average. And when you run your campaign, run that same report again and see if there's an increase. And you should see an increase. If you're not seeing an increase, it means that maybe the message wasn't sent correctly. Maybe, and what I mean by that is that maybe you were targeting the wrong group of people, or the message that you sent wasn't attractive enough to the people that you sent it to, or it was sent at a time of the month where maybe your typical clientele doesn't have the means to come and spend money on that new retail product or on that service. And that's a learning curve that you're going to have to go through if you're not doing it and haven't gone through it already. There are companies that make a living on creating marketing campaigns for large businesses that specialize in setting up Facebook campaigns. I'm not saying you have to go down that route, But what I am saying is that you need to be starting to look at that and start to do it on a smaller scale if you're not already. We can help with that. We give you the tools in order to separate your customers, to run reports on them, and then to track what works and what doesn't. So my fifth and final point is to run reports. And this ties in with a few comments that I made during the session about taking stock of your business. You need to take control and ownership of what is working, what isn't, and where you are right now, and then use that as a driver to get to where you want to be. So in the reporting section, one of the newer reports that we released that ties in quite nicely with the marketing campaigns is the appointment reports, and more specifically the daily bookings and appointments. So imagine you run on a month-to-month basis, but you have no idea when your quiet times are, when your busy times are. We've always included a standard appointment report, which basically lets you see your busy and quiet times, but this kind of takes the month as a whole. So if we look over here, you can see that 33% of the appointments happen in the morning and 33% happen in the afternoon. So we can see when our busy times are and when our quiet times are. And then under the actual bookings, meaning when a booking is being made, not when a customer is actually coming in, you can see when those busy times are. So yeah, you can see a massive spike of people calling in the morning or booking during that morning period. And they're either making that appointment for the morning or the afternoon based on these numbers. But what we allow you to do as well is to track when your month is quieter and when your month is busier. So we do that through a report called the Daily Bookings and Appointments. And if I backdate this to the 1st of November until the 30th of November, and I run that report, you can see that on this specific occasion, it's a little bit up and down. But this gives you an understanding of day by day how many bookings and how many appointments happened during the course of the month. So here you can see your busy days, which are this was the 8th, the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th. That could just be a coincidence, but what this allows you to do is to track your quiet times during the month and set your marketing campaigns accordingly. You can say that, during the month, the 10th is super, super quiet, but you don't see any reason why maybe it should be. So let's experiment by creating a low budget ad campaign inside Facebook or Instagram, or let's send out a special to the customers that want to run mid-month specials, or to pensioners during the middle of the month and promote a certain product. So you want to boost your sales during the middle of the month, so you get more of a steady cash flow throughout that month, so that you don't see nothing for the beginning of the month and then a massive spike when everybody gets paid. That's bad for cash flow. You want a nice steady stream of income throughout the month so that you can prepare accordingly. So you can run these reports at any time. They're all completely live. And there are so many reports that we offer you. We are so passionate about giving you reports that allow you to keep stock of your business and plan accordingly. You can see which of your customers are your top spending customers, or your most visiting customers. You're able to run profit and loss reports, expense reports, sales and revenue reports, cash up reports. I encourage you, if you're taking time off and you're not familiar with these, is to go through these reports. We do have a section in our knowledge base that is specifically designed to go through the top reports that you should know about. But I also encourage you to go through some of the less common reports and see how, if at all, it is actually beneficial to you. So go through this, see what you can take from it. Again, the purpose of running reports is in order to take stock of your business. Where you are now versus where you want to be allows you to track what you need to do in order to get there. So run these reports, see what data you can see. It's a great opportunity if you've been with us for longer than a year to actually do it for the year and see what's been working and what hasn't. You can correlate some of these reports to marketing campaigns that you've sent out. If you really want to, you are able to also make use of our integration section where we have a Google Analytics and Facebook Pixel conversion tracker. If you want to run those, then I encourage you to do so. But the important thing is that you are doing reports on a regular basis. I've stressed this in previous webinars where we go through the product and discuss the cash up report and how that works. So if you're unfamiliar with that, take a look at some of our previous webinars or go through our knowledge base and have a look at how the cash up report actually works, but then also your sales and revenue that should be done at the very least on a weekly basis, especially if you're starting to set targets to see whether your staff are actually getting close to what they should be doing. So those are the 5 points. I'll summarize them again. It's online bookings and gift cards. Again, an absolute must. Sell your retail products, promote your retail products, get your customers coming back in. If you want to track which of your customers are new versus returning, you can run a client report, do a new versus repeat customers, and you can see what percentage of your customers are returning customers versus new customers for the month. Easy peasy. It took me about 3 seconds to see that 66% of my customers are returning customers. I must be selling retail. Third point is staff commission and targets. Set those targets, set incentivized commission structures for your staff so that they are incentivized to sell more. A salon or a spa is a business. You are designed to make customers feel special, but you have to make money in order to keep doing that. Set targets, let them sell, let them guide your customers into how they can look great after they've left your salon or spa so that they keep coming back. Run SMS campaigns or run targeted advertising campaigns. Everybody's doing it. You might find it cliche, or you don't want to be that one that pushes ads through your customers' faces or their social media. If you don't do it, your competitors will, and your clients will click on those campaigns. There is a reason why Facebook is worth billions and billions of dollars, and it's not because they charge for signups, it's because they charge for advertising, and just do it. And then run reports. Keep stock of your business, do it regularly so that you know at any given point what your average amount of revenue is, how you're doing on a month-to-month basis, when your quiet times are, when your busy times are, because that lets you, at the back of your mind, know what you need to work on, what times of the month you need to maybe promote certain things, and when you're able to do things with your staff that maybe you shouldn't be doing at a particular time. So if you want to do training with your staff, it makes sense to do it during the really quiet periods of the month rather than at the end of the month where you might be really busy. But the only way you're going to know that is by running reports to see when those times are. So if you do have questions about this, feel free to reach out either through our live chat system or via email. Give us a call if you have any questions. I really encourage you to take what I've said here seriously. It really is going to help you in 2020 and moving forward, but beyond that as well. These are standard tips, and we see really, really busy and successful salons implement this well. And it's only because they've been doing it for a couple of months or a couple of years that they've gotten to that point. It is scary starting off, so start small. Start with 1 or 2 things. You don't have to jump in and all of a sudden start offering an innovative commission structures with online bookings and gift cards while trying to promote retail and running fancy, expensive ad campaigns. Do these things one at a time, and you will start to see a difference. And if you don't, you can start to track why in your reports and maybe innovate, change it up a little bit, and see what works for you and your business. Other than that, have a fantastic holiday period if you are taking off or you are closing. Our next session will be in January, so I will see you guys then.